such an asshole.
You ever get tired of making the same economic arguments and like, well, if you do that, then people aren't going to. And what about the contract you had with them? And something as simple as, how about you honor your word? How about you stop stealing people's money and then see if that doesn't result in more people working? I just get so tired of it. So we got a request. You got a request, asshole consulting blah. Hi, Cappy. There's a podcast who goes by Professor G. I'm like, Professor G. I'm like, is it Galloway? It is. Scott Galloway, who I've never ran into the man, but is very adjacent to the field I'm in. His last name is Galloway. He's a professor at New York University. He maintains that 10 to 30% of Social Security recipients shouldn't be getting it because he doesn't feel like it. That's what it boils, because these aren't people in his mind. He is a professor. To be a professor in today's United States, you need to be a socialist. You need to ignore individuality. You need to ignore previously agreed contracts. You need to ignore sacrifice labor and people's finite life. But I want to do good for other people, and I will violate people's right to their own lives and previous agreed contracts so that I can have my outcome. These are in some ways your totalitarian, unconscious dictatorship. Not him, they, all college professors and academics, are the epitome of the road to good. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And the title here of the article, professor says 10 to 30% of those on Social Security don't need it, are hurting young Americans. Is he right? Who gives a fuck what professors think that you need more education? Tell me one thing professors have been right about. And I'm aware of his previous success as a financier. He had some dealings with starting companies. That's great. Bill Gates, here, it's very similar to Bill Gates. Bill Gates had tremendous financial success. And I forget what his net worth was, $100 billion, whatever it is. At the end of the day, all that money he raised will be for nothing because he just pisses it away on touchy feel-good bullshit that doesn't work. It's the same thing with professor. Well, I think we just throw more money at it. Oh. I'll point. Hey, we threw 35, probably 40 trillion now at the welfare state in 60 years, depending on how you want to account for inflation. Oh, wow, we haven't solved the damn fucking thing. These are echo chamber inculcated minds that are pickled in an environment that does not allow them to think outside the box, let alone to realize there are other human beings involved that sacrifice their time and life to a previous system. They don't give a fuck. It's but if we pull this lever and do that, then that good thing can happen. Then I got touchy feelies in my below parts. He maintains that 10 to 30% of Social Security recipients shouldn't be getting it because they don't need it. Fuck you, Scott. Scott, you're wealthier than everyone. You don't need it, right? Well, let's take about, what do you need? I mean, I got down to about, well, I mean, if you want to go bare bones, one individual human, adult, needs $17,000 a year to live. I'll bump yours up to 30. You look like you're about 60, 65. Let's say you got 25 years. How much of, let's go. 85 years old. Let's just keep the math simple. 65. If you're freaking, I don't know how old you are, but we're going to say 20 years until you're dead, right? So 20 times 30,000, 1, 2, 3, 600,000. Okay, Scott, give up all your money except for 600,000 and then we're done, right? But fuck you. You just willy-nilly take other people's money. I'm 100% sympathetic to the young people. I get it, guys. But what we should do is you should lower it for everybody then. Not just the top 10 to 30. No, everybody. We increase the retirement age to 72. Whatever. I understand. Yeah. Young people shouldn't be paying that much into Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all that other shit. But it's all, let's go after the rich. Let's go. Scott, you're business school guy. Have you seen the data on what percent of income earners pay the taxes? Like the top 1% pay some ridiculous amount, like 25%. I'd have to go and refresh my memory. But guys, the rich are not just this punching bag to constantly bail you fucking morons out of your bad mistake. Now, young people got screwed over, not by any fault of their own. I'll grant you that. But you know who makes most of the jobs in the production and all? It's called the rich people. And whereas I'm against nepo babies and corpos, just outsource jobs overseas, you still kind of need wealthy people. Like, you should attract them here. Fuck the rich, tax rich, blah, blah, blah. And then soon the rich won't be around anymore. And then what? Oh no, no fucking GDP, no fucking growth. Yeah. You know the thing we said, you invested all that time? Yeah, well, we lied about that. We're rescinding that. Okay, well, it's called capital flight. It's called brain drain. It's called going gold. Let me know how that works. He dismisses the idea that since they paid into it, they deserve to receive a benefit. He does seem to expect high earners and high net wealth folks to continue to pay into the system they will never be paid from. What are your thoughts? Okay, do you see the possibility of slippery slope situation where if this was, what are your thoughts? It's another Democrat trying to solve the problem, not through work or labor or making it that everybody can produce more GDP. He just wants to take whatever money exists now and move it around so he feels good. That's it. There it is. Do you see the possibility of a slippery slope situation? Sure, 10 to 30%. Why not 20 to 25? Why not 50%? Why not? Scott's got 600,000 or more, right? Let's take the rest of it. Australia did this. They just passed unrealized capital gains, which is absurd. It's an impossible thing. You don't even have to have. Okay, let me get too far away. It's a slippery slope because right now Australia has the tax on $3 million net worth or higher. Next year it'll be 2. Then it'll be, you rat bastard, you got 500,000. Then Jimmy's got $3, or Bobby's got 1. Let's take Jimmy's $3 and kill Jimmy. Instead of saying, why don't y'all work more? Why don't we make it easier for people to find work? Why don't we knock it off? Instead of addressing the structural problems we got with our economy that lead to such deficits that we got to fucking renege on Social Security, how about we fix the shit at home? All Democrats, all they know is take other people. They view it like a fucking video game, like one of them resource video games where you got to build up your army and then defend the assailing tribes and all that other stuff. We'll just take money from here and give it here. No, just get money from there. And like, none of you fuckers work. Well, okay, Scott might have because he actually made multiple millions of dollars. The vast majority of them haven't. They want to play God with other people's lives and they never ask, do I have the right to do this to people's lives? They only see money. They don't see time. They really don't see time. So, yeah. And then the slippery slope is there. Okay, why not everyone who makes over 100,000? Why? And then what do you do when you inevitably run out of the money? You got to print off money. Now we got inflation. I get so fucking tired being the only economist in the room where like, can we stop? Can we just stop it? Can we just, this ends poorly for future generations? Stop trying to make a go of socialism. It doesn't fucking work. Where if this was done, the next step would be to start seizing assets from people that have too much. Yes, well, that's what it is. Your future Social Security checks are an asset. Would be an annuity would be the correct term. And we're just going to, no, you don't get it. You got enough already. So, no, you got too big of a house. No, you got too many cars. And then we're going to go like, what is it? Alison Bergeron. What was the name of that short story? Bergeron. Some people jumped higher, so we broke their legs. Some people were prettier, so we marred their faces. Right? Humans are forever envious and lazy, and you'll just keep whittling anyone who just has a little bit more than the other guy. That's the slippery slope. I don't even know if I got to read it. Do I have to read this article? And who's going to, Money Wise. Money Wise and Yahoo Finance LLC, blah, blah, blah. Benefits concern American, convinced the program is essential for everyone. Between 10 and 30% because we don't need it. Known for controversial takes. Episode, I'll go as high as a third of senior citizens should not be getting Social Security. Suggests not a way to reduce economic inequality, but also as potential solution to cut costs of the program that faces insolvency. Then you have to increase the retirement age or reform it and just get rid of it. Blah, blah, blah. Benefits are be cut by 17%. For all, I'd go with that. Hey, boomers, you live too high off the hog. 17% for everyone. We all share. Everyone going here now forward. We treat everyone equally. Equal treatment under the law. Something is wrong. Wealthiest generation history of the planet. They got more. Kill the rat bastards. 1 trillion benefits of 80% going to retired workers' dependents. Transfer unfair burden on Gen Z and millennials. All right. Okay. Fine. Reform the whole system so that when they're old, it's not whatever generation we're up to now. We should phase it out. In a mathematical sense, he's not wrong. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. But here's the thing. I got to defend Scott Galloway on one thing, though. One thing. Okay, that's why I call him the E for effort. Okay, all professors fail. You're all fucking losers. None of you worked in the real world. Shut the fuck up. Everything you recommended is wrong. The social sciences have been a fucking disgrace. Business school is a fucking joke. Accounting is the only, you're a fucking embarrassment. All of you professors and all your fucking embarrassments, unless it's STEM or medicine or the real sciences. You've been wrong about fucking everything. However, in Scott's defense, I will say, in addition to having like some real world working experience and actually making money, he's the one guy out there from academia who, if you don't know him otherwise, he kind of going to bat for boys. He started realizing that boys aren't participating in the economy as much. And he's the one guy from academia, aside from Dr. Helen Smith, which those two should team up. But the problem is he might be a little bit intimidated by Dr. Helen Smith because she's got some fucking balls and speaks more bluntly about it. But we have another new guy coming over. And I listened to not an article, a podcast or channel he was on. What do you think, Professor Galloway? Well, I love women. I just want to let you know I love women. And me and my partner, I'm like, oh, fuck you. Wait, he's a professor. He has to say these things. But the guy has started to realize there's something wrong between the intersexual dynamics of men and women. It's starting to affect boys, maybe on a psychological level, but more on a society participation, economic participation level. He has acknowledged that. Now, I don't know if he's got his hands tied behind his back or there's a gun pointed at his head because he's in academia. If he were to speak his mind, he would lose his fucking career, which, so fucking what? You got millions, I presume, that you saved. Until we take it, so you're left with only 600,000, Scott, because that's all you need. Why did consumer spending drop? Well, when he said partner, I realized he's in the echo chamber. He's one of those people. He is mentally handicapped, and I literally do mean that. He is not allowed to have independent thought, which is incredible. The fact he's even spoken about boys being treated as they are in this society. And that's why I got to give him E for effort, because he actually has talked about it. I'm sure he's received a shit ton of backlash, especially from feminists, because let's just be honest, feminists, especially academic feminists, fucking hate men. They really hate men. That's not an opinion. Okay? No. You do. We understand. So I'm sure he got a ton of flack. So you got to give him a little bit of credit. Working in the private sector, short as much as he did, And he did go to bat for the boys, but he's a professor. He's gotta say the socialist shit. He's gotta be, well, you see, I just love women. I tell you how much I love women. But maybe, my partner, I love her to death. She's a strong woman. Get to the point, Scott. So I gotta give him a little bit of credit, but you also have to. He's just another professor. At the end of the day, so the rest of his stuff, we need more of other people's money. Wow. Thanks, Noam Chomsky. Let me know when a new idea comes out of academia. I'll be dead by that fucking time, but let me know when a new idea comes out that doesn't involve more of other people's money. Super chat. Vivek, to Canadian, leave Canada. Yes, leave Canada for a previous. I don't know what I have linked below. I think I got, there's worthless, the young person's indispensable guide to choosing the right major. So you don't major in fucking marketing. How's that? I don't know. There you guys go. I'll see you later. Toodles.